Sometimes great things can beget even greater things when they dare to try something new.
Suddenly, they came at me from the left. So I moved to the right with a chop and a kick and a...
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 video game spin-offs. For this list, we're taking a look at all the spin-off titles and series from video games, and have selected our favorites based on their prominence, influence on other games, as well as their critical and fan reception. Just to be clear, when we say spin-off, we don't mean crossovers, so games like the Super Smash Bros. Series will not qualify.
That's why they called us.
Number 10, Plants vs. Zombies, Garden Warfare. Not everyone agrees that less is more. Based on their popular tower defense games, Garden Warfare is essentially Plants vs. Zombies meets Modern Warfare meets third-person perspective. Taking the franchise to quite a literal new level, Garden Warfare plays exactly as it sounds, complete with its own arsenal of ranged weaponry, grenades, battle maps, combat gimmicks, the whole 9 yards, really. Complete with beautifully detailed 3D graphics, any cynic that once believed the premise of these games to be too simple or childish has likely taken it back after several hours with this explosive spin-off. Number 9, Daxter.
All right, everything with more than 2 legs start trembling, cause the Daxtinator is in the building.
Here he is, everyone's favorite wisecracking, obnoxious nincompoop of an Otzel. Set between the 2-year gap of the franchise's initial console titles, this platformer puts players in control of the titular rodent, now hired as an exterminator after being separated from Jack.
Don't worry, Jack! I'll save you before you know it!
Being every bit as fun and action-packed as its predecessors, the game also featured several mini-games, with Daxter in the role of some of cinema's most iconic characters. Receiving universal acclaim for its pacing, creative environments, and impressive design for a handheld title, Daxter stands as one of the PSP's 10 best-selling games, hence the deserved seat on this list.
You know, I've always wanted my very own sidekick. From now on, I'll call you... Kick.
Number 8, Resident Evil Revelations series. Yes, the Resident Evil games that put the survival horror back in survival horror. With beautifully depicted tones of desperation and dread, these games restore the strategy, evasion, and exploration elements that landed the franchise its iconic status in gaming.
Natalia, get back!
The most notable elements were the game's return to emphasizing ammo and health conservation, taking away the trigger-happy and Michael Bay-ish gameplay styles that garnered so much flack for its recent predecessors. Darker, scarier, and truer to the spirit of the franchise, these were the Resident Evil games we all knew and loved and had been waiting for. Number 7, Mega Man X series. Meshing new elements with a more explosive gameplay style, Capcom's Mega Man X brought Dr. Light's creation to a whole new light. Now capable of dashing across the ground, jumping across walls, as well as boost his speed mid-air, Mega Man X's counterpart was faster, more aggressive, and all around much more exciting. Also new to the series was the added amount of customization, allowing players to enhance X's armor and arm cannon through locating in-game capsules and in-between boss fights. Combine all of this with far more gorgeous graphics, new playable characters, and mastered controls, and you've got a spin-off franchise for the digital history books. Number 6, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Developed by newcomers to the franchise, Platinum Games, this title took longtime fans of the franchise by surprise with its new direction. Set 4 years after the events of Guns of the Patriots, Rising puts players back in the control of Raiden, now a PMC cyborg out to stop a rivaling faction bent on preserving world conflicts for financial gains.
Nanomachines, son! They harden in response to physical trauma.
Implementing a drastic change in gameplay, Rising slightly tones down the stealth and strategic elements of the preceding Metal Gears, although they're still present, and ups the ante via Platinum Games' signature adrenaline-rushing, action-oriented hack-and-slash combat. The end result was a unique and gorgeously designed spin-off done right. Fans embraced the new spin-off, and there would have been a sequel had it not been for the falling out between Konami and Kojima.
Okay. Let's dance.
Number 5. Donkey Kong Country Series. Centered on the eponymous gorilla and his little nephew Diddy, Donkey Kong Country was established on one fun and simple premise: make the gorillas collect bananas. Stemming from the original Donkey Kong, which, by the way, also brought us another high-hopping gaming icon, these side-scrolling platforms evolved into a gaming giant of their own, spawning numerous sequels and encouraging new spin-offs featuring Nintendo's beloved ape. With all the titles being met with critical acclaim, Donkey Kong Country is proof that child-friendly madness can be every bit as enjoyable as the testosterone-driven insanity entries we've seen so far on this list. Number 4. Final Fantasy Tactics Series. Take Final Fantasy characters, put them on a chessboard, and you have a relatively good idea of how this works. Equipped with the same deep narrative, beautifully designed world, and customization mechanics that its predecessors have been praised for, this game is very much Final Fantasy while still being in a league of its own when it comes to turn-based strategy. If you missed the first iteration on the PS1, don't fret, as with several HD remasterings as well as a spin-off series of handheld titles, trying to get one of every class is now easier than ever. Number 3. The Sims series. Birthed from the popular string of creation and construction management games, EA's Maxis made a daring experiment with the conception of these sandbox life simulators. In the end, their venture took a turn for the best, with the first title in the series selling well over 100 times EA's projection, leading to expansion packs and official sequels going beyond its PC comfort zone. Selling over 175 million units, it now stands as one of the world's best-selling video game franchises, surpassing even big-name veteran contenders like Final Fantasy, Legend of Zelda, and even Sonic the Hedgehog. Number 2. World of Warcraft series. Transitioning one's beloved gaming franchise from an RTS to an MMORPG may seem like a daunting and dubious move, but that didn't stop Blizzard Entertainment from trying. Set in the same world as the popular strategy games, WoW unleashed the inner warriors, elves, and trolls, yes, pun intended, within us all as we set out on our quests for power and fortune in Azeroth.
Is that bacon? Hey guys, You smell bacon?
Spawning 6 expansion packs in its decade-long lifespan, it's currently on the throne for the world's most subscribed MMORPG, with an estimated 100 million accounts backing its sovereignty. Before we spin off to our number 1 pick, let's have a look at some honorable mentions. Number 1. Mario Kart series. Despite having over a dozen spin-off franchises featuring the iconic characters from Mario, including the frighteningly fun Luigi's Mansion and the equally beloved and friendship-breaking Mario Party, Our gold medal victor was still no contest. Launched with Super Mario Kart in 1992, with innovative features introduced in each succeeding title, these games have heavily influenced the direction of competitors, spawning would-be contenders like Crash Team Racing and Diddy Kong Racing. Now consisting of home console games, portable titles, and even arcade renditions, it's undoubtedly the quintessential racing game beloved by all, hence crossing the finish line at first place on our favorite video game spin-off.
Mario #1!
Do you agree with our list?
Forget it! Find another crazy sucker, okay?
Which video game spin-offs do you think are the best?
You carve your own path.
For more ever-growing top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
This is Spartan Group Omega. If they want war, we'll give them war.